Well, hello, everybody. I'm glad y'all can't see me. Let's stutter. There's nobody here yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on here and post a link. Oh, there's one person here already. I don't know who you are, so tell me. Tell me who you are while I grab this link. 2 people are here. Tell me. Oh, 3. Oh, Lord. Tell me who you are. Let me do share. Copy the link. And let me post it here now. I trust that you will find this live stream beneficial. And no, I'm not going to be on here long. It's a good thing you can't see my face. Because then you'd say, really, Angela? Really? Yeah, I'm not going to be on long. I'm just posting the link on Twitter. Let me see who else. There. This is just impromptu. I was having a conversation today. And so I've titled this live stream, Easily Change Your Life Today. Why? Jay. Hello, Jay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Let me get started. Why did I decide to do this live stream today? I'm not here to beat you or to admonish you in any way. But what I am here to do is tell you this. The law is simply asking you to change your thoughts. The law is not asking you, the law didn't say, oh, look, here, take this shovel and go out and let's dig. That's not what the law is telling you to do. The law is not telling you, look, we're going to build this tower. I need you to dig me a foundation. That's not what the law is telling you either. The law is not asking you to do any back-breaking work. The law is simply asking you to change your thoughts. Change the way you think. If you sit there and you think, oh my God, my life sucks. Nothing I do works, right? Or I don't have any momentum in my life. The law is asking you to do one thing. Change your thought about the situation. The law is asking you to change the way you speak to yourself. This is what the law is asking you to do. So, is that hard or is that easy? Is it difficult or is it easy? You got to answer that question. Think about this for a minute. You got to go to school and you got to learn and invest money and time, textbooks, and you got to memorize, and learn, then you got to practice, right? The law is saying to you, change your mind. Change the way you talk to yourself, change the way you think. That is all that the law is saying to you. So if that is what the law is saying to you, are you going to do it? Look at what it's asking you to do. It's asking you to change the way you think. That's it. What could be easier? And you know why? What could be easier? The minute you start to think differently, something happens. And you are more inspired to keep thinking along those same lines that you changed your mind to. This encompasses part of tomorrow's morning inspiration. Y'all got me preaching in here today. But this is what it is. The law is simply asking you to change the way you speak to yourself and the way you think. I know some people say, well, I don't have problems. Then this won't apply to you. And that's okay. But for the rest of us who struggle with the thing of the way we think all the time, we are thinking about, I want to, but I can't. And why? Why do we think that? Because of memories, because we heard, I said it to you this morning, we hear people say, well, that's not possible, blah, 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 blah. And that's how people think. Now, who are you going to take your advice from? The people who think the same way every day, all day, and are willing to do nothing to change. We think that we have to go outside and change things. We think we're building the pyramids. We're picking up those stones that are like 3 tons. Well, I wouldn't want to do that either. I can't even lift 60 pounds, and I want to do 3 tons. That's not what the law is asking you to do. The law is asking you to take the path of least resistance, which is to change your thought. That is the simplest thing to do. Because why? When you change your thought, when you consistently change your thought, you change who you become. You change who you are. You change your essence. And now you become this new thing. And the new thing is what you recreate. So what thought do you have that you've been struggling with? Let's put it into practical terms now. So let me pick up my phone and put on my glasses. Sonia, I see you in the chat. Dana, hello. I hope you are still here. Jay, hello. Ultra, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you all. So if you're here and you have a question about a particular thought you've been having, put it in the chat. Now is not the time to feel embarrassed. We don't have time for nonsense. Right? We don't have time for nonsense. So don't feel bad about nothing. I love you, Dana. I'm glad you're still here. If you have something that you need to deal with and you want to be able to figure out how to change that thought, now is the time. Because whatever's going on, something called me onto this chat today. I'm going to tell you that because, like I said, I was outside and I was having a conversation and I got so fired up because I said, man, all the law is asking us to do is change our thoughts. And we complain. I don't know how. It's too hard. This is what we say. Look at what we're willing to do. We are willing to hold on to the old to the point of death. We are willing to hold on to the old way to the point of death. Do you understand me? That's what we're willing to do instead of changing the thought. But I understand why. Right? But this is it. This is it. I'm going to wait for those questions. Because I know we all have them. I have them. You guys think I'm talking to you. But I keep telling you I'm talking to me. Frustration. Okay, Sonia, you've been dealing with frustration. Here's how we gonna fix this. I keep telling people, don't fix problems. Create the life you want instead. Frustration is a vile creature. Frustration, what it will do to you, it will clog up the right side of your body because that's where the liver is. It'll give you headaches, hot flashes, night sweats. It'll make you lose your cool real fast. Do you want that? Chances are no. So what are you going to tell your body? Because your body takes instruction from you. So if you're dealing with frustration, it does not matter what type of frustration it is. It doesn't matter. You get in that mirror, if you choose, and you tell your body, hey, 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 we are calm and we are at ease. So if you want something to be frustrated about, be frustrated at the fact that I took so long to get to calm. And you change your thought process. You say, you know what? I understand why I'm frustrated, but you know what? It is much more important that inner peace and calm exist. And the minute, even before a minute has passed, so long as you have made the decision to be calm above all else, something pops into your mind. Something funny or something calming will pop into your mind within a moment's time of you making that decision. Right? And then you'll stay calm. But you got to remember, it's not a one-time thing. It is an over and over and over. Why? Because you've practiced frustration over and over and over. You walk outside and you see something that you can't fix and you get mad. That's not right. That's not your business. Oh, that is not your business. The law of cause and effect is at work in every man's life. Okay? So, if your focus is calm and you are busy looking at things to be calm about, and if you are thinking of things to calm yourself, well, then you'll miss things that frustrate you because you're not looking for them. This is how you catch yourself, but you must be faithful to catch yourself because this is our old habit. The old habit is, you know what? I got to help everybody. No, you don't. How are you going to help somebody when you are so busy being frustrated that you cannot see a solution, that you cannot create your way out because you're so frustrated? In order for you to see clearly, calm is the only way. Here is the analogy that I've given you 1,000,000 times. The puddle of water you're jumping in because you're frustrated, right? It's all dirty water. You can't even see anything. But if you stop jumping up and down in that water and give it 5 minutes of, slow, deep breathing, you begin to see your reflection in the water. Now you can clearly see, what do I want? What do I want to create today? In order to release frustration, you must embrace calm. You can't fight frustration, but you must embrace the calm. If you embrace calm, frustration has no choice but to leave by way of lack of attention. You see, we keep wanting to fight because we've been taught that if you don't struggle, if you don't fight, that whatever you're going through is somehow not valid because you didn't prove your worth. You see water fighting to go somewhere? No, it does not fight, but it will take you with it. Water doesn't have to fight, neither do you. So if you want calm, you make it your business. Where can I be calm today? What am I going to see that is calm? And as soon as you make the decision to be calm, you will encounter calm situations. This is law. Every time. But if you turn on the TV and something pisses you off, you've fallen into your old habit. Well, Mrs. Sonia, that's exactly how you put your focus on what you desire. What is it that you desire? Allow it. Let me see if I can paint a picture for you. Let me see if I can paint a picture for you. Perhaps we are in love. Yes? Perhaps we are in love. and we are out and about and you are thinking of your lover. You walk past a bakery and you smell something and you say, oh, well, he or she would really love that. Your only focus is on your lover, not anywhere else. It's not on the person honking the horn, hey, get out of the way. It's not on anything other than your lover. Why is it only on your lover? Your desire is your lover. You want to be around them all the time. You want to touch them all the time. You want to kiss them all the time. It's kind of like having a new baby or a new puppy. You can't wait to get home. You turn on your phone, there's a picture of that lover, that baby, that pet. You are so enamored with your desire that it has got you. And you cannot, the word is rapt, R-A-P-T. That is the word. Your desire has you enthralled. And if your desire does not have you enthralled, well, then it is not a desire. Oh, really? Yes. Your desire has you so enthralled that you cannot take your eyes from it. You cannot take your mind off of it. You just gotta have it. That is the power your desire has over you. Not in a negative way either. Not in a negative way. In a way that it was designed to do. This is what a desire is. A desire is something that has your attention so fully that you do not deviate. This is why you put blinders on a horse, to keep them looking forward. But you see, if the horse is enamored with its trainer or its owner, it doesn't ever deviate from it at all. It is the love of the desire that keeps you there. You love it above all else. That is how you keep your mind upon your desire. And not only just your mind on your desire. Because as with a lover, you get all excited, you can't wait to get home to be with them. You're like, ooh, I wonder. I know they're going to love this tasty pastry I just bought them. Oh, I know they'll love this scarf I just bought them because I was thinking about them. And you can't wait to partake in their expression of appreciation of you. Which means you are fully engrossed in your desire. That is how you keep your mind on your desire, because it has that power over you. And it's not in a bad way either. Ultra. I'm proud of myself. Recently, I made up my mind to let go all clients with confusion and stress. I stayed calm, and the universe opened up another door with newer clients that appreciate my talent. Of course, because that is law. Make the decision. That is all you get to do. Make the decision. And something that confirms the decision you made will happen. And you will say, oh, I'm on the right track. And you will keep following it. And you'll keep doing it because you have the confidence based upon the decision you just made and you saw it. It works in the opposite direction. It works when we make that decision that says, ugh, I just can't. Something happens and then you say, you see, I told you I couldn't. It always confirms. Does that make sense? You see, happiness and living in love and light, do you know where that comes from? To live in happiness. To live in happiness means that you have fully embraced the law and you do not seek security outside of the law. Think about this. Why would you worry about money? Why would you worry about a relationship when you can simply, by way of your thoughts, create what it is that you want? Why would you worry? Why? So when you know that you can create what it is that you want, there's no worry, there's no fretting, there's simple rest, there's simple ease, there's simple relaxation. That's it. There's nothing else. Does that make sense? I'm trusting that my connection is going to be nice and crisp still. Right? Does that make sense? Right? I'm waiting for your questions. We just dealt with frustration and how to keep yourself attached to your desire. Your desire comes from a place that is so pure and that is so perfect. That's where your desire comes from. You don't question your desire because truthfully, your desire doesn't hurt anyone. You know that. Let's not split hairs. It is something you want to accomplish. It is something you want to have. So what do? You say, okay, that's my desire. You become your desire. It's like a couple, they've been together so long they look alike. You become. What does that tell you? You become who you hang out with. Why? As within, so without. These people are in your head all the time. You begin to talk like them. Right? Your desire keeps you enthralled in it, so that all you want to do is not only just think about it, but you want to, like every small child, they pretend that they are what they want to be. They're an astronaut. They're Batman. They're anything they want to be. But somewhere along the line, we lose that, don't we? It gets beaten out of us. But that's how we deal with following through with our desires. Are there any more questions? Because truthfully, the law is simply asking you to change your mind about your situation. It's not asking you to do any back-breaking work. It is just asking you to change your mind. When you change your mind consistently, you change the habit. Science, as I keep telling you, Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about it all the time, the quantum field, and interacting with it, and breaking the habit of being yourself. How do you think you break habits? By creating new ones. And how do you create a habit? By practicing a new way. By practicing a new way, a new thought, a new action, or a new word, until it becomes what? Second nature. And you know, you have to be so enamored with your change and the beauty and the fun of your change that you stick with it. That's what it is. That's what keeps you going. You don't just say, oh, well, this doesn't work, so I'm going to stop. Wait, what? You would rather stay? Okay, here's this. I read this email this morning, a beautiful email that reminded me of the story of the prodigal son. Yes. When we hear the story of the prodigal son, we think, well, I would have let him suffer because I gave you everything that was yours and you went out and blew it all and then had to compete with pigs for food. You know, he got so tired of being in squalor. He got so tired of being the old that he got up and said, what? Wait, my father is prominent and I am going to stay here with swine? Even if my father takes me on as a servant, I would still be better off than I am now. So you see, in your life, you've got two choices. Stay and suffer where you are with what you're suffering with, or get up and say, by golly, the law says, if I change my mind, If I seek ye first the kingdom of God, that's what the prodigal son did. He sought his father's kingdom, and he went back and he said, I would rather be a slave or a servant in my father's kingdom than to have to eat with pigs ever again. But it takes something powerful to move you. He was tired of where he was. Notice, he was tired of where he was, but he didn't sit and complain. He said, He knew he was tired. He said, God damn it, enough. And he used that emotion of what, Asonia? Frustration, to propel himself forward to his father's kingdom. And what did his father do? What did the law do? The law killed the fatted calf. Why? To celebrate the return. So this is what happens to you when you decide that you've had enough of living the way that you currently live, that you say, no. The law says, I'm going to seek my father's kingdom. I'm going to seek my father's kingdom because he ain't going to turn me away. The law does not punish. The law does not reward, and it's not going to turn you away. It simply asks you to change your mind and decide upon what it is that you want, not whether you think it is possible. I don't care if you think it's possible or impossible. What does the law say? It's not about my opinion. The law is not based on opinion. The law is based on truth. And if you look outside, you will see the truth around you all day, every single day. So the prodigal son is you, and the kingdom is the law. Go back to the law because it will set you free and elevate you and raise you up into riches. But you see, we want riches while we sitting with pigs. How you going to get riches when you're sitting with pigs? Because you can't throw pearls before swine. They just trample them because they do not appreciate it. So you have to make a decision. You have to get up from where you are. It is not hard. It is simply an old habit that you have practiced ad nauseum. You've practiced it for how many years? But you think because you get up and lean over the fence, still in the sty, that you've changed your mind and said, see, I'm leaning over the fence. I've changed my mind, and nothing has changed. Yeah. Now you want, no, I'm not mad at you. I'm not, no, I'm not mad at you at all. Come on now. I'm showing you here. You must get up from where you currently are if you are dissatisfied with it. Do not sit in your dissatisfaction and complain, because that's where you will remain. But if you get up and use the power of your dissatisfaction to fuel you, think about how far you have to walk, right? From the pigsty all the way back to your father's kingdom. You're going to need some fuel to walk that far. Your anger will sustain you. You say, you know what? Oh, I was so stupid. I'm glad I know the law. And you just get so fired up. By the time you get to your father's kingdom, you're not even tired. You know why? Because you used your anger and your frustration to fuel you to get where you are. But if you sit down with those pigs and you whine and you complain, nobody cares. Nobody's gonna save me. Yeah, you keep doing that. You ain't even gonna have the strength to crawl anywhere. Let me take a moment and look at the chat. How do you stick to desire but not control the outcome? You already know the outcome, Dana. The outcome is success. You can't. I understand your question. And here's the analogy I will give you, like I gave this morning. When you put the seed in the ground, you know roots will come out. You don't know how they come out. You don't know why they come out. And you don't know when they come out. But you know that roots will come out. And because roots come out, you know a shoot will break through the surface. And because the shoot breaks through the surface and it grows into a beautiful sapling, you know that it will blossom. And from the blossom, you know you will have fruit that you can reap. That is always the outcome. The outcome is always reaping what you have sown. That is the outcome. That outcome doesn't change. What you want is to dictate how it happens. You can't. And that's why when I tell you the law is simply asking you to change your mind and not build a pyramid, because the easy work is to change your mind. How the law brings about all the necessary components to bring about your quote unquote outcome is too much for you. It is too much for me. You see it? The law has the ability to pull from here, there, and everywhere, all at the same time. You and I only have the capability of pulling from what's right in front of us, because that is all we can see, and it is all we can hear, what is right in front of us. Unless you're a mother, then you have eyes in the back of your head, because you know these children nowadays, Lord have mercy. But to control the outcome, you can't. Don't use your energy, your emotions, right? Don't use those emotions to pace back and forth. Oh, when? You don't need to know when. You don't need to know how. You just need to remember that it is inevitable that you reap what you have planted. That's what keeps you going. You're jumping up and down, you're like, ooh, I can't wait to taste my raspberries. I planted those and I've been pruning. How do you prune? You prune by reminding yourself that the outcome is inevitable. And the law says, that's what you say to yourself. You know, Dana, why are you worrying? The law already guarantees you your success. You're good. You're in good hands. That is how you prune. You're pruning away doubt. You're pruning away worry by simply reminding yourself, Dana, what does the law say? The law says, I reap what I sow. And what did I plant? I planted this. Well, then this is the only outcome, because I can't plant squash and get peas. So the law can't be made a liar of. So I'm going to just relax. And when you do that, when you relax, you begin again to see that the dirt will settle to the bottom of the puddle you're jumping in. And when the dirt settles, you begin to see and hear. Go here, Dana. Call this person, Dana. Oh, you go somewhere. Hey, aren't you? You see, all of a sudden, you begin to have opportunities that you were choking off because you couldn't see them, because you were jumping up and down in the water wondering how this thing is going to happen. Is it easy? Yes. It is easy. Do you know why it's easy? Because your success is guaranteed. How do you know your success is guaranteed? Because the law tells you you must reap what you have sown. You cannot plant worry and reap calm. So what are you? Because you get what you are, not who or what it is you want. You get what you are because you are the seed. Every day, all day, you're the seed. So don't fret about how it's going to come to fruition. Know that it is. But you see, we want evidence. We want signs. What clearer sign than plant it and you shall reap it? If you don't plant, you can't reap. There's no clearer sign, right? Magneto. Yeah, I'm done with decades and decades of complaining. I'm just cutting and blocking them all who bring these traumatic illnesses. Exactly. And it happens naturally, It happens naturally by way of, we want to call it attraction, but it's not. Because you are changing who you are and you are planting yourself, you can only reap what you are. So those people that used to be there based upon the seed you were prior, because you have changed, they don't have a choice but to leave your life because they're not the harvest that you planted. Right? So you want your situation around you to change, then change you, because it is you who determines the harvest, because you're the seed. You are the seed. So if your seed is day in and day out complaining, you will continually reap things to complain about. If you feel like you don't have any momentum, that's because there is no momentum in the thought. This is where we're coming from now. Whatever you are is what you must create and experience on the outside. So if you have a level of peace on the inside, and you see that peace does not come because you sit and meditate for hours. That peace comes because you know the law and you believe it implicitly. And how do you get to the point where you believe it implicitly? Because it's not lying to you when you go outside. That's your evidence all day, every day. As above, so below. You got leaves on top, you got roots in the bottom. Because if you didn't have roots, you wouldn't have shoots on the top. You have rhythm every day. We got a 28-day cycle, ladies. We have a high tide, we have a low tide. We got a full moon, we got a quarter and a half moon. We have rhythm. We go to sleep when it's dark and we wake up when the sun is out. We have rhythm. That is the law. We have it and it's there before us all day, every day. But yet, what do? I can't change. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Change one thought at a time. Just one. Stay with your singular focus. If you don't like your attitude about a particular thing, then when you see this thing arise, you say, that's not who I am anymore. I am this now. And every time it arises, you say, no, I'm this now. Every time, no, I'm this. I'm this. I'm this. And by the time something else happens, you automatically start to behave like, I'm this. And then you stop yourself and go, oh, wait, I did change. But of course you changed. Because you created that change. Right? You didn't cry about it. You didn't whine about it. You didn't do no such thing. You just redirected your mind to what you wanted to be so that you could reap it. Let me look in the chat. Exactly. And you know exactly who those people are who don't have your best interest at heart. Because you have changed. You have your best interest at heart, so you can now only be around, because you're only going to reap experiences of people who have your best interest at heart. This is the law, right? Are there any more questions? And yes, you see, Mrs. Sonia, yes, but what I'm trying to make you understand here is that gratitude, that joy, that peace. Oh, let me make it easier for those of you who know scripture. The fruits of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, kindness, gentleness, and self-control. How do you get those? By spending time in the law. And when you spend time with the law and you recite the law every day, you eat, sleep, and breathe and think about the law every day, it does something to you, because you cannot be around the law and not have it change you. The law elevates you to its level every single time. And so as it elevates you, you begin to recognize, wow, if it wasn't for the law, I am so glad I know the law. You see, natural gratitude is birthed from you. People say, well, find something you're grateful for. You don't have to go looking for things you're grateful for. Those things are on the outside. The thing is the law. Because without the law and knowing how to use the law, you would not have the ability to consciously change your life. That is where your gratitude comes from. That is where your joy and your thankfulness come from. The fact that, oh my God, where has this been my whole life? How come I didn't know about this? And it makes you do that little happy dance. You see how it works? Yeah, that's how it works. Are there any more questions? You see, Ultra? I love peace more than anything. Ultra, yes. Because when you are around the law, when you just sit there and you I'll put it to you this way. When you sit and you revel in the presence of the law, you know what it's like? It's akin to the prostitute with the alabaster perfume bottle and sitting at the feet of Jesus. Jesus is the law, and it's the law physically, but so is the perfume. The perfume is the fragrance. And all you want to do is sit there in it. And now tell me how you have to force yourself to meditate. You don't have to force yourself to meditate. You are turned on to meditate. Why? Because you want to be in the presence of your lover. This is the law. This is what the law does to you. You see it? The law is such, the essence of the law. It's like, you know, when somebody walks by and their perfume is just, it's such a hint. You would follow them just to keep smelling it. That's the law right there. You're like, oh, wait, don't move yet. Don't move yet. You're so, oh, that is so nice. That's what the law does to you. And you would sit there and meditate, and you wouldn't even have to think about what time it was and how many hours you spent, or is it a walking meditation? You wouldn't even care, because it's just simply the fact of being in the presence of the law. That is what keeps you there. I trust that makes sense. You don't have to force things. I tell people, it's just like when the children of Israel were in the desert and they were thirsty, right? And they're complaining because Moses was getting the tablets from God. And they're out there, oh my God, he brought us out here to die. I'm so thirsty. And so he comes down, and God said to Moses, look, just speak to the rock and the water will come out. But Moses got so mad hearing the people complain. He took his staff and he spanked the rock. He just hit it as hard as he could. Water came out. That's the point. Water is going to come out. The law always works. But do you want to finesse or do you want to use force? God said, speak to the rock. But he allowed people to piss him off. And instead of, deep breathing, what did he do? Beat the rock. And he beat the rock and water still came out, which tells you you're going to get the result either way. But how much energy do you want to expend to get the result? So you either use force, which works, or finesse. Remember that today. Force or finesse. Speak to the rock. Change your mind. And stay changing your mind every time you're tempted to complain. Is it a long line? Let me tell you something. When I'm at the grocery store, I already choose the line I want to go out. And I say, ooh, I'm next in line. And by the time I get there, I am next in line. And ooh, yikes. And my phone is ringing. They ringing. Listen. Choose to create as opposed to reacting to things. Don't just say, oh, I got to stand in line. No, don't stand in line. You decide what till you want to go through, and you decide if you're one deep in or two. You say, I'm next. Then that's how you get out. But we're so used to, oh my God, it's so busy in here. How am I going to get out? I got to stand in line. Don't do that. See? Oh, yes. I went to the store and my favorite snack, seaweed, is on sale. And I get 1,000 extra points if I buy it. The limit is 4. I bought 4. And let me tell you something. I was looking at the prices and something said to me, oh, what are you going to do? And so I said to myself, you know what? I don't care what the price is. I need it. I'm going to get it. I get to the till. It is half price. The price on the shelf was wrong. So what are you going to do? Create your experiences. The universe is simply, or the law is simply asking you to change your thoughts. Nothing else. Priscilla, I see you. I don't see Miss Tivasation. I know she gonna be in my DMs. Ultra Magneto, you are correct. The mind is a magnificent, powerful thing to waste. And here's the thing. People don't know that and it's not that they even know if they're wasting it or not, you see? All you have to do is change the way you think, and you go from wasting to usefulness, all with a thought. But we look for all these cool, fun little things to say all the time. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. That is law. Simply memorize the law. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say it to you. I'm not going to say it to you anymore today, right? But I will tell you this. The law is only asking you to change the way you think. It is not asking you to build the next pyramid or the next Sphinx or the next Tower of Babylon. It is asking you to change the way you think. Oh, really, Angela? Well, I've been changing the way I think for the past 3 years and nothing has changed. To which I respond, bamboo takes 4 years to sprout leaves above ground. What has it possibly been doing for the past 4 years? Sprouting roots to hold and sustain itself. So do not think for one moment that the law is idle in your life. It is making changes in you from a DNA level. Do you think the DNA is at the surface? No, the DNA is at the depth of you. You think neuroplasty can be seen in an instant? No, but it is happening. Science, Dr. Joe Dispenza tells you, every time you change the way you think about something, you rewire something else in your brain. Why? Because the law tells you as within, so without. So in order for you to see the outside, well, then the inside must change. But we would rather hear it from science as opposed to law. Don't get me started today. Don't get me started. I'm not going to keep y'all. It's been 47 minutes. But that's all I wanted to come on and say to you today. I just wanted to come on here to you and tell you today, because I was fired up to say it. The law is simply asking you to change your mind. I see all these videos out there telling you, oh, let's practice manifesting a text from our SP. Oh, you want a special person? We can do it in 24 hours, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen. Use the law and use it wisely. I don't have time to sit here and tell you that you can do this in 30 seconds. I'm here to tell you that if you want to actually make a change, so that when you get up in the morning and you call something into your field of existence, or your quantum field, as Dr. Joe would say, that when you get up and you speak it, it is there. Do you know why? Because you know the power of the law. And you have changed your very DNA. You've changed the patterns in your brain. That takes practice, because you have set out a pattern in your brain already from 0 to what you are now. So how dare you be hard on yourself and say, I can't do this, it's too hard. Well, don't think that I haven't done that. Listen, I have rocked in the corner. I have rocked in the corner. And I've said, oh my God, I can't do this. I'm done. I can't. I've been disappointed too much. I can't do this. Yes, you can. Change your thoughts. Change your thoughts. But yes, and you know why that is, Mrs. Sonia? You've noticed that things that you called into existence are now happening some years later because you've put your attention back on them. That's why they go dormant if you don't put your attention on them. Does that make sense? Oh, yes. Attention makes all the difference. Yes. This is why they look like they take years, but they're coming together. And the more you keep your attention on it, the sooner it shows up. Right? This is what it is. It's always the law. It is always the law. Exactly. It takes time to renew those neurons in the brain. Yes, it does. Right? So that's why the law tells you change the way you are thinking. That's why the law is telling you change the way you think. Because, look, I don't have a problem with science. None whatsoever. Because I think it's incredible. But when the law tells you change the way you think, and you change the way that you are, and when you become what it is, that's what they mean when they tell you to become the thing you want to see. We're running around looking for relationships, but yet we don't know how to be faithful. What do I mean by that? Just what I said. If you cannot faithfully change your mind from one thought and hold it there, how are you going to faithfully stay in that relationship? Pray tell, when you have not practiced the art of a singular focus and attention. Oh Lord, don't clutch your pearls. Don't clutch your pearls. I'm just asking a question. Right? But we want what we want. But we're not willing to change who we are. Are you not worth it? Oh, somebody said you had no value? But they're only speaking from what they are on the inside. As within, so without. So how can they tell you what your value is when they lack value in themselves? They can only encounter what they perceive to be things of no value. That has nothing to do with you. That has to do solely with them. But you hurt my feelings. Oh, come. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So who has value here? Do you have value? Well, according to the law, you sure do. You know why? You wouldn't exist without the law. Yes. The law, you see, is a deliberate thing. It is deliberate. That means you were intentional. Oh, dear. Is that so? Yes, you are an intentional creation. Don't you have intentional creations? Oh, I'm sure you do. When you say, ooh, I want this, so I'm going to reap what I sow. I'm going to be it. I want confidence, then I am confident. And how do you know that you're confident? Start being like that little kid and put on the cape and pretend that you are. Because then you walk in your confidence. Right? Because you start planting the seeds of confidence, you must reap the harvest of confidence. I'm going to check chat once more. So if you got questions, now is the time. If not, your girl's going to go. Because I said I'm not going to preach at y'all. And I'm sure you preached anyway. Where did you come from? Who sent and called you?
I crawled from the pits.
Stop it.
I returned once more to take this world.
Stop. Stop it. Let me read. At one time, scientists thought that the neurons were set at a certain age. Now, today, they admit, exactly, Ultra. That's because they want to live life contrary to law. The law tells you. The law is simply telling you today, change your thoughts. And as soon as you make the decision to change your thoughts and you follow through, you will be confirmed by something. And because you are confirmed by it, you will continue forward. That is all that is required. Yeah, but how do I know what to do? Really? When you're hungry, you got to figure out what to do, or you just got to figure out what to eat. You see what I'm saying? Let's not make life complex. We already know. You simply follow through with the direction that you've been given. And if there are no more questions,
Mama, What do you call acid that has an attitude? Amino acid.
You know what? Get out. Look, y'all, this is...
Hey, Mom, what
No.
do you call two Mexican guys playing basketball? One-on-one.
Stop it. I just can't I hope there are no people of Spanish descent in the audience. Oh my God. No, what? That's not, but that was funny because it's their names. It's their names. But okay, let let these people go so that I'm not hogging all the time. It's been 55 minutes. And I didn't want to come on camera today because, well, you know, I didn't want to have to comb my hair. Y'all will get past that one. Anywho, you all know where to find me if you have more questions. So let me say hello to everybody that was here. Sonia, I see you, my love. Miss Dana, oh, what a pleasure it is to reconnect. Jay, hello, darling. Ultra, I see you. I'm scrolling. Ty Talks Everything, you're here. Hello. Thank you for being here. And Empress Ella, I see you too. Yes. Nexodus. Well, hello. Hello. You know what? It was truly a pleasure to connect with everybody today. So remember what the law is asking you to do. Remember okay, let's go through the laws real quick. Mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, causation, gender. The universe is a mental creation. As within, so without. As above, so below. Everything vibrates between two poles, a swing to and fro, creating a rhythm, an ebb and a flow. Every cause has its effect, every effect its cause. A projection of the will, giving life, giving form. Those are the laws that govern all of creation. And if you remember none of them, remember one. The universe is a mental creation. And so whatever you perceive yourself to be mentally is what you must experience and reap. Why? Because the law of correspondence tells you, as within, so without, as above, so below. You reap what you sow. This is law. So if you want to change the outside, use it and say, oh, that's not who I should be. Okay, this is who I want to be. And you have to change your inside by changing your thought. But you know what people tell you, that's not possible. You can't just change your thoughts and change your life. Really? Okay, then. Give me 1 second, sweet pea. I'm going to... Thank you, Mrs. Sonia. Thank you so very much. Oh, wow. I guess I must be somebody if my chat's going to get spammed with 69mega.com. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. Anyway, remember the law. Change your mind. Remember, you don't have to fight to stay upon your desire. Because your desire wants you. You want your desire. And so you stay with it, don't you? Oh, yes. You sure do. And the desire enthralls you. It fascinates you. And it makes you just sit there and look at it. And you say, oh. So that's the same thing with Nikola Tesla. What do you think kept him going so long? He was so enthralled with the fact that he knew there was energy that seemed to be invisible. And he learned how to harness it. Not because he saw what we couldn't see per se. He was enamored. Oh, there is energy. And if I could just harness it. That's what kept him going. And this is why nobody has had an original thought since 150 years ago, since he died. Because we are not turned on by our desires anymore. We want the next best thing. But you are the next best thing. Do you see it? You are. You don't have to fight or struggle to stay in love with your desire. It makes you do it naturally because that's the very meaning of desire. Okay? Oh, you will change your mind, will you, Mrs. Sonia? You will your mind to change. You see, now you're Bajan, so you'll understand this. My mother said to me the other day, oh, I willed you to call me. What do you think that means? It means that she sat there and thought about me with such passion that I had to pick up the phone and call her. That is what will means. I willed you to do something. That is the law of gender. That is what masculine is, a projection of your will. So when you say you will change your mind, don't will, you do. Do it. You see it? Do it. Two different things. Right? So that's how we say it. You know how you say it in Bible. Oh, I will you to call me, so that's why you had to do it. But of course, you projected that desire outward into your subconscious mind. And thus, it was the seed that was planted and what you had to reap. You'll remember, Mrs. Sonia. Don't fret. Don't worry. You got it. You don't have to worry about nobody. Your desire is there. You want it. It wants you. And with that, my beautiful friends.
Hey, Mom.
With that, my beautiful friends, I will let you be this afternoon. Oh my God, it's 61 minutes. Okay, so go forth and remember, the universe is only asking you to change your mind and be consistent with it. Do not complain. Do not gripe about it. Just change your mind over and over and over and over and over again until it becomes the new way. And you do it with passion and excitement. Ooh, I can't wait to see who I become. That is how you do it, with eagerness and excitement. Because that will make you forget about time altogether. And it will happen like that. And you'll say, oh, snap, that happened so quick. Not really. It's just that you were so wrapped up in it that you didn't notice that time was going by. See, that's what it is. That is what it is. That's how you change. The desire to change has to grab you and hold you and turn you on for you to say, ooh, I'm excited. I'm excited. And that's what you do. That's what causes you to stick with it. Right? All right, my beautiful friends. Exodus 66, I see you. I see you. All right, my beautiful friends. Let us continue to, I don't know, we'll continue. If you have questions, you know how to find me. You know exactly how to find me, right? There's an about section on this tab somewhere. You can also feel free to subscribe to me here on YouTube, or you can purchase a membership on YouTube, whatever. But that's it. That's all I got to tell you today. The law wants you to change your mind, not dig a ditch, not build a pyramid or the Tower of Babylon. Do the easy part. That's what the law wants you to do, the easy part. Okay? I love you. Much love.